Hi, folks. So spring has sprung, at least somewhat temperature-wise, here in the Mamaroneck Public Schools. And with the advent of spring comes a significant amount of activity in our schools. Over the past few weeks, the musical talent across this district has been on full display. March represents Music in Our Schools Month, but from March into early April, we've seen concerts across our elementary schools, our middle school, wonderful opportunities happening across our high school. And with all of those concerts and activities comes a ton of preparation and work behind the scenes. So I want to thank our wonderful music department for putting together all of these incredible performances that shine so brightly across our district. And speaking of awesome performances, PACE continues to celebrate their 50th anniversary. And this past week, we had kinesthesia at the high school, where we saw some incredible dance routines from a variety of genres. Our students are looking toward their transition processes between 5th and 6th grade and 8th and 9th grade. State testing is on the horizon. Students are selecting and finalizing their schedules for the next school year. And the district itself is really starting to turn the corner on the 24-25 academic year. I am very proud of the work that we've done to improve what it looks like to move from 5th to 6th grade and 8th to 9th grade here across our school district. So the high school this past week hosted several visits where the 8th grade was broken down into smaller groups to tour the high school itself, to get a real feel, to interact with students and staff members in a more meaningful way than they've been able to do sometimes in the past. And we have a lot of activity plans for our 5th graders who are moving into 6th grade. I would like to thank the PTA and MSF for supporting these transition activities. And in particular, some of those activities for those rising 6th grade will include lots of small group opportunities to get to know students from the other elementary schools that they may not have had the opportunity to previously interact with in any meaningful manner. And speaking of transitions, our new Homix Middle School principal, Matthew Samuelson, was able to visit with our faculty and staff during the most recent Homix faculty meeting, where he addressed folks and just spent some time really getting to know and introduce himself to members of our school community. Over the next several months, we have a very detailed plan of transition for Mr. Samuelson, where he'll have ample opportunity to meet and talk to members from across the school community so that he can hit the ground running as the new Homix principal on July 1st. And if you haven't caught the video of the interview about the visit to the League of Innovative Schools, I was honored to be able to participate along with Dr. Moore and Jess Dancy, our Director of Research and Accountability, a visit to the outskirts of Pittsburgh, where 13 separate school districts who are doing some of the most innovative work in the country hosted several hundred educators from across the nation who came in and spent several days in and out of those schools. And I'm working through some of the takeaways that we have presently now with our district team here in Mamaroneck. On Thursday, April 10th, we had the terrific opportunity to convene our internal steering committee for the third and final time to work through our strategic framework and to really begin to map out specific ways that we're going to measure our progress as it relates to personalization, mentorship, and expertise. On March 29th, we had a wonderful event put together by our community committee that brought together folks from across our 3 municipalities, where students and children came together with their parents, engaged in theater games and some learning. It was really a terrific opportunity to just build bridges across our community. And with the spring months in New York come the school budget conversations. There is a terrific amount of information located on our website, including 2-pagers that really detail some of the major takeaways of the budget, videos of all the presentations that have been done leading up to and including the formal budget presentation. And we've had several presentations across the community thus far, with several more planned. Please look to the website for that schedule of information. And as we head out, we know that spring break is sort of that last bastion to the home stretch of the school year. I wish each and every one a wonderful break spent amongst family and friends, where you're able to relax and rejuvenate and come back strong for the remainder of the school year.